Okay, so today we are going to continue on with measures of center. Yesterday we finished up talking about the mean or the average. We took our quiz, so today we're going to finish with the other two measures of center, which will be the median and the mode. So the median is always going to be the middle number. So we're going to add middle to our notes. Okay, the middle number. So what do I mean by the middle number? So in order for us to find the median, we have to put our numbers in order from least to greatest. This is the only one that we have to put our numbers in order from least to greatest in order to find the value. So if I had numbers like 3, 2, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Okay, in order for me to find the median or the middle number of this data set, I have to put them in order from least to greatest first. So I'm going to do that in another color. Okay, so we're going to have 0 as our smallest number. Okay, you might want to cross them off your list as you go so that you make sure that you have got all of your numbers. So so we got a 0, then a 1, then we have 1, 2, we have 2 3s, then we have a 5, and we have a 7. Okay, so when I'm going to find the median, I'm going to first start by crossing off. Okay, we're going to cross off one number from each end. Okay, you must do one end and the other end. Okay, so this side, then this side. Now we're going to do the next one. This side, then this side. Okay, now one more. This side, then this side. What number is left in the middle? It is 3. So that is our middle number. If we have an even number of values in our data set, then we must add the two middle numbers and divide by 2, or in other words, find the average or the mean of the middle two numbers. For example, if I had numbers like, I'm going to make just a short list. If I had a 0, a 1, and a 3. Okay? If I started crossing off both ends, I would cross off this side, and I am left with 2 in the middle. Okay? Because if I'm going to cross one off, I have to be able to cross one off the other side. So as soon as I am down to 2 or less, I know that I'm done crossing them off, and these are my two values. So now I must add these two values together. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, and then I divide 2 by the number of values, which is 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So my median would be 1. Okay, the mode is the most one. Okay, so our third and final measure of center is the mode, the number that appears the most. Let's see, what would they want us to put in that blank? The number that appears the most often. Okay, the number that appears the most often. So if we look at this data set, this one is quite obvious. It doesn't matter if they are in order from least to greatest. We can look immediately at this data set and say which number occurs most often. Okay, clearly the number 8 appears the most often. We are not looking for the number that is the highest value, but the one that occurs the most. We only have 1 7, 1 9, and the rest of them are all 8s. So we know that 8 occurred the most amount of times, or the most often. Okay, very good. So when we're talking about these three measures of center, I want you to just add to your notes. Okay, when we're talking about measures of center, okay, I want you to put a definition for that. A measure of center is a measure that describes the typical, or in other words, most common value of a data set. Okay, so we have learned now about our three measures of center, our mean, the median, and the mode. So now we have to put those all together. We have to remember or distinguish between the three, the mean, median, and the mode. Okay, the mean is the mean one because it makes you go to work, or in other words, it makes you do the most calculation. The median is our middle number. We put them in order from least to greatest, and we find which number is in the middle. The mode is the most one, or in other words, the one that occurs the most often. Okay, in this case, it was 8. Okay, so I have a value or some examples down here. Okay, down here on the bottom, I would like you to find the mean, the median, and the mode of this data set. Okay, and then you're going to come check it with me.